I started to work in India in Bombay for 3 years at the French Trade Commission in the consulate. Then I moved to Delhi. I was a Delhiite for 9 years, where I was helping foreign companies to set up and enter India market. So Monin was one of my clients. Rémy Cointreau was another one. We work with a lot of champagne brands as well to help them set up in India. And I joined Monin to head their operation and all their expansion project 3 years ago.
Okay, especially in India.
Yes, my only focus is India.
And where are the manufacturing plants based? Out of France, how many countries you manufacture?
So Monin is we just to give you, we are a small company compared to the giants in the liquor industry or in the beverage industry, but we are a very well-known brand. But we are basically a family company that is 100+ year old, more than a century, and the factory setup. We started with only one factory long time back, but we presently have 7 operational factories worldwide. We have 2 in France in Monin Group, 2 in the US. US is one of the largest market where we ventured more than 20 years back. We were the first one to propose syrups and other flavor products to the American market for the hospitality. And we just last year, at the beginning of the pandemic, opened the first factory was in Florida, and the second one was opened last year in Nevada to cover the entire country.
Las Vegas side, yeah.
Yes. And we have a factory in Malaysia for entire Asia Pacific since more than 10 years now. It's currently the products sold in India, just like for Japan, for example, is coming from the Malaysia plant. And we have a factory in China, near Shanghai, that was operational since more than 3 years now. And we've just opened our latest factory, started production in Russia, close to Moscow. And India and Brazil are the next in line.
Both emerging market, huh?
Yes. So that's what makes us a bit unique. We are in a very niche sector in the beverage industry, because there are not too many worldwide players when it comes to proposing syrups and other assimilated products. And one of the things that make us unique is the fact that we are really investing in setting up factories wherever we believe there is a strong demand, to be closer to the customers, closer to the market, and be able to adapt our range of products to the local demand, to the local taste.
You are investing about 180 crores.
Yes.
Close to 180 crores?
No, more, over 200. This is our commitment to India. Basically, in 2018, when I came with Olivier Monin, it took us a couple of years to decide where we were going to invest for the Make in India project. We announced we signed a MOU with the Telangana government in 2018 June, and we announced at that time 100 crore rupee turnover. Since then, we've been active in setting up the subsidiary and buying the land. We already bought a 40-acre land. So it's not only for the factory. We also want to develop. We have a strong commitment towards the environment and sustainability. So at the group level, so we are also going to come up with projects of gardens and how do you call that in English? Orchards. And we're going to implement a lot of a new sustainable way of farming, and we are going to try to also help directly and indirectly the community around. There's a strong farming community in and around where we are. We are basically located about 45 minutes drive from the outskirts of Hyderabad, close to the Mumbai highway. And we are going to set up the factory where we are. There are plenty of breweries. Most of the breweries manufacturing beers for Telangana are based there. Carlsberg, UB Group, Khajuraho Beer, the local beer making is our neighbor. Yeah. And we chose this location because it's close from Hyderabad, close from the highway, and we have, I would say, guarantee from the local government that we will not have any major problems with water supply in terms of quality and quantity.
Yeah, I think it's basically a Godavari river water.
It's from the Singur. It's Singur.
Singur river. Okay.
Singur river. There's a dam nearby, and that will provide the water.
How many employees you are going to have initially?
So right now, we really started ourselves directly promoting and selling our brand 7 months back. Okay. We started in January, so 8 months back now. We presently have a workforce of about 40 people. Pan-India, mostly right now for the logistic and sales and marketing.
Okay.
In the future, we have not done the final count, but when the factory is operational, we'll definitely have more than 100 and 150 plus employees.
Okay.
It will, I mean, I'm very perfectionist, so to answer the question, frankly, we need to assess whether we will put most of the people on our roll, because, many manufacturing companies in India have either people on their roll or they use a lot of contract workers. We always try to work as much as possible with people on our payroll.
So what is the status of Monin operations in India? You left India for some time. So what is the status of the operations?
So Monin basically has forayed into the Indian market end of the 1990s. And what we did until 1st January 21 was, just like many countries where we don't have a factory, we work in partnership with an importer. And that's what we've done with a couple of importers in the past 20 plus years. So it was an importer model up to 2021, where we basically were hiring people working alongside with the importer to develop the market for us. And now, since 1st January of 21, we are directly importing and selling and promoting the brand ourselves through the subsidiary that I'm heading for Monin Group, subsidiary Monin India Private Limited. So right now we are still in a model where we are in the direct model where we still import the product from a Malaysia factory, but the game and the objective is by 23 to have most, if not all, our product range manufactured in India for the Indian market from the factory that would be based in Telangana.
You'll be also involved in exporting from Indian market?
So the plan is also to use India as a base for exporting to start with in SAARC countries, South Asia. So South Nepal, Asia. Bangladesh, Maldives, Sri Lanka, and Bhutan.
But what do you exactly mean by studio? You said that you will be developing, you will have your own studio in Delhi, New Delhi.
Yeah. So basically, what has made us, because syrup manufacturers in the world, you call it syrup or sharbat, there are numerous local or regional players worldwide. Yeah, what made the difference in Monin is that since already many decades, we came up with the concept of not just selling a product, but helping our customer, people from the hospitality sector, iconic bars, restaurants, 5-star properties, in developing beverage solutions that were unique in taste and that would bring a lot of added value to them because they are a business, and also to the consumer. Drinks that the consumer will love and be passionate about. So I'd say that to answer your question indirectly, studio is a very important part of that strategy. Strategy is through a studio is like an experience center. So it's a place that is not open for the general public, but open for professionals on invitation only, where we invite our customers or restaurants or cafes or bars that are curious about us, helping them developing new beverage menus. So this is what we're famous there. We in India, just like world, we are the leading brand of choice for those professionals. The professionals, the bartenders, the baristas, across the world. We have the chance and the honor to be known by them as being the one that has the more authentic taste and the better flavor profile as well in most of the syrups and flavors we are proposing. And so the studio is a very important piece of the puzzle.
Do you plan more studios like these in other cities?
Yes, so this is the first and will be the flagship. Ultimately, we've already discussing about opening other studios, experience centers in Bombay and Bangalore, who are also key markets. Right now, Delhi and North India remains the largest market in terms of volume for us, and I believe also for most of the people in the industry. And but we are definitely planning to open in the coming years Bombay, Bangalore, and we will have our flagship studio. The real one will be at the factory level. Basically, the factory is just not a place just to produce. It's a showcase of our commitment to sustainability and green manufacturing. And so this studio, that's why we took this land. We're going to make over the years, because we're there for the long term, we're going to make a beautiful site where we're going to try to live by our words, which is a commitment to sustainability and environment. And there we will have our main studio where we will be able to invite our clients who want to come all the way to the nice city of Hyderabad.
But during this, you lived in India for the last about 12, 13 years. Is there any peculiarity in taste pattern or flavor pattern in India, unlike many other countries?
So I'm not a flavor specialist myself, so I will not be probably exact in my comment on that, but definitely Indians, the flavor palette of Indian is way more complex, more different than in other countries. So we, for example, whenever what we do right now, and it's been 2 years, we have a strong innovation team. So we have already invested and started, even if we don't have the factory, in having an R&D center in India. So the role is to make sure that every flavor that we propose is adapted to the Indian market. So to give you an example, like we're redeveloping, now I cannot tell you the project, but because it's confidential, but we are redeveloping some flavors we have in our global portfolio, but we don't have for India. For some of those flavors, before launching them to India, we are in some cases reworking the flavors to make sure that the palate, the consumer enjoys the product, enjoys the product. So in most instances, we have to increase the flavor intensity and profile.
Okay. So in a way that you will be in a position to fulfill the requirements of the Indian flavor.
Yes, and that's why this is so important for us in most of the key markets. We believe, and India for us is a really big potential for the future. We really want to set up locally in order to not only to be closer to our client in terms of supply chain, but also mainly to be able to innovate and develop locally. So we are a French brand. We are trusted in the world for the premiumness and the authenticity of our flavor profiles. This is one of the main things. And also the fact that we are able to, more than selling a product, to help our customers develop, more added value and pleasure-giving drinks to the consumer. We also want to develop, and this is also the exciting part of the factory, is we'll be able to give you an example. Whenever we have like a chain of restaurant or hotel, we'll want to have a specific flavor developed for them, only for them. I'm a really strong believer. I know that people in India enjoy very much our exotic range of flavors that are not necessarily present in India. But we also, because we want to become global, so we really want to develop desi flavors.
You already have flavors for liqueurs, right? And yes. Will you be also developing for any other segment of the product?
So just to be on the same page, when you say liquor, we have worldwide, we have a liquor range, because Monin in his story, the story of Monin was initially we started as a trader of wine and spirits. And then we switched to liquor manufacturing and syrup manufacturing.
Okay.
So, you know, the different liquor and syrup is a liquor is a flavored alcohol. So we have a range, but we have decided not to launch it in India. And we will not launch it. Then if you talk about the liquor manufacturer and what all our products are definitely a key ingredient used by most of the bartending community to create cocktails or mocktails. In some instances, they come to us and we call it co-branding. So we've been doing co-branding with many established brands worldwide, like Bacardi and other brands in other key markets. Now that we are directly in India, we really want to develop more and more co-branding with large and also local liquor manufacturers to promote drink solutions to the consumers.
What's the kind of market you're looking at in the first 1 year or second year? The sales and the turnover as well as volume.
Yeah. So basically, the target, you know, we are in difficult times. So the transition for this year, the mission is to come back to set up all the right engines to be present and available in all the key cities where we are present through our importer previously, and to try to regain quickly the sales volume that we had in 2019. So 2019, I would say it was not us directly, but I would say that the total sales volume was around between 65 to 70 crore rupee business for India. So it's to match that quickly. We are on the path to achieve that. With of course, the second wave has been a big shock for everybody in the industry this year. But now we are seeing a strong pickup in the sales and in the demand of our products through the hospitality for the on-trade business. And ultimately is to definitely not just stop at that, because we need to, setting up a factory means we need to grow the volume. So the objective will be to reach double of that turnover by 23 or 24 latest, in order to set a strong base for to make India one of our big success in the future. A very strong selling, to be honest. India was very strong for Monin 5-7 years ago, and probably also maybe due to lack of proactivity from the past ex-importer. We have not grown as per expectation. So the idea for us is to continue the growth. And it will be done through, of course, continue serving our main customer base, which are the hospitality industry, but also to continue develop the retail channel, be it on-trade and off-trade. No, not on-trade, be it e-commerce or traditional retail. So we are already present in India in retail, but we are investing aggressively presently to develop the retail channel. So we have onboarded many of our commercial people are from the retail background, and we are presently pushing and hope to have good results or product into the premium liquor store, for example. So if you visit today a tonic, for example, you will see in all of the tonic shops, you will see Monin syrups being present for sale.
Oh, good.
Are you planning on any inorganic growth?
This was under consideration before we set up in India. If you could say by inorganic, some acquisition of competition or companies evolving in the same universe, this was looked upon before we searched for the land, but the decision was to come on our own.
Are you expecting by 25 around 300-400 crore turnovers? On the growth?
Yes, I wish.
But what will be the realistic one?
The realistic one, plus crore by 25.
Okay, it's not bad, yeah. It's not bad. Because it will keep on.
So that will come also. It's not a magic number. It will come through development of new channels, better penetration,
Right.
Because we were not present there. We really believe in the tier 2 and tier 3 city development. We're seeing, just like every brand and every people in India, strong and more people or customers willing and ready to buy our products. And because we remain a very premium brand, and with premiumness comes the price also. So we are really bullish on developing those tier 2 and tier 3 cities, and even tier 4. And we are also going to develop, and we are developing actually since more than a year, new products that have not seen the light of the day in any other parts of the world, but we are developing specially for India market. So when I say product, in Monin, we have the syrups. This is representing most of our sales, and this is what we're famous for. But we have other products like food-based preparation. It's like a puree. It's like, you would call it maybe like a crush in India, but it has much more fruit content. So it's more qualitative. And to give you an example on that, this puree thing was, we were the first one to develop a puree for the beverage, the way we did a puree bottle for the beverage application. Everybody at that time thought we were crazy, and it became a big success. And now puree is representing worldwide a very important part of our sales. And we are famous for bringing flavors that nobody knows. So to give you a perfect example of a flavor that we introduce in most of the world is the yuzu fruit. I don't know if you heard of that fruit. It's used a lot in the bar industry. It's like a Mosambi, like an orange.
Wow, okay.
It's from the same family. It's coming from Korea and Japan. It's used traditionally for centuries in those countries. And it's a product that we believed in, and we launched for beverage application. And this is one of the most preferred flavors by the top bartenders.
What are the challenges you might face now in the teething period?
Well, I would say, a lot of people from abroad, when they look at India, they are really, and you must have met, they are really afraid. And I've been myself living in India for more than 15 years. And before joining Mona, I was also helping foreign companies to enter in India. So I'm a strong advocate that India, as a market and its people and its environment, yes, can be complex. But honestly, every country has its own complexities and challenge. So for me, I would say right now, so far, so good. What I love about working in India and with people of India is the flexibility, the passion, the right mindset that makes it easy to tackle any problems that India throws at you on a daily basis. Every country has its own set of problems, and the main challenge. So the main challenge we faced was a transition, because it's never easy to transit from a model of importer to us directly to set up the distribution network, to have the right skills and right people at the right place to continue developing the brand and push the sales. Luckily, we have that team in place. We believe we have one of the best sales team in the industry, in our small niche industry.
Okay.
And supply chain, us just like everybody, with the COVID, import of product is not easy. The prices have skyrocketed. There's a lot of shortage of raw materials, and that is affecting us just like everybody else in the entire world right now. That I don't know is not being shown too much in the media, but so we are facing the same problem as everyone.
What is the import duty currently in India for your kind of products?
So for syrups, which is the main product we set up, the import duty is around 55%.
Oh, okay. And like liquor, when it comes to Hyderabad, Telangana state, Does it attract more excise also, or
no? So
55 is total?
We only propose non-alcoholic beverages.
Okay.
In India, we have a liquor range, but we don't sell it in India because otherwise, as you know, it's a state thing with excise.
Yeah.
But for us, thankfully, for all parts of the industry, we are part of the GST regime, and GST is make things much, much easier compared to before.
Right, right.
So what are your future plans besides this new factory?
Well, it's to continue making sure that we remain the trusted brand of choice for our customers and clients and our fans, because we have a strong fan base that follows us, a strong community that follows us, is to continue innovate. So innovation means every year to launch new flavors, new products, to rework some recipes whenever we feel that we get a feedback from the market. Factory will be a big chunk also, as you can imagine. We were about to start the construction actually just a year back, but due to the pandemic, we had to pause the project. But that project will take us a lot of time. And apart from that is to really find a way to give back to the community, to invest or reinvest into environment projects, communities, local community projects. And also another part, and this part of the transformation of Monin worldwide, our customers don't know much, so we need to promote that more, but a journey towards naturality. We live in an industry, our product is mostly made of sugar. And so now we have already started a journey a couple of years back in switching gradually all our products to be fully natural. Natural colors, natural flavors, using more juices. And also we have at the headquarters, we have a lot of R&D projects. One of them is to reduce the sugar content without changing the property and the delivery of the taste of the product. Because we already have ranges in the world of 0-calorie product, no sugar, but it's I would say for a connoisseur, for a mixologist, it still doesn't we are not able to replace sugar 100%.
Okay, good luck to you. Thank you. Nice talking to you, and then we hope to meet you soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good evening, both of you.
Take care.
Thanks, Mr. Desai. Bye.
Yeah, bye.